So this is a different style of yoga altogether. And just start by lifting and rolling the shoulders. And once more, just lift and roll the shoulders. And then lift one arm. Press your feet down. Stretch your arm up. And then turn your head away from the arm. Breathe in to come back. And breathing out, lower your arm. And this time, raise the other arm up. Press your feet down and stretch up. Breathe out, turn away from the arm. Breathe in, come to the center. And breathing out, lower your arm. Lift and roll your shoulders. Raise the arm. This time, turn to the inside of your arm. Come back to the center. And breathing out, lower your arm. And then the other one, raising your arm up, press your feet down, stretch. Breathe out, turn to the inside of your arm. Come back to the center. And breathing out, lower your arm. And lift and roll your shoulders. Nikki's here, so come on. And then we're going to start the practice. So this is going from side to side. So this is a Kundalini practice. And this sequence is called speaking your truth, or speaking one's truth. So you can stay just swinging your arms from side to side. You can increase this movement by just letting your hands come around your shoulders, or just come back to a gentle sway from side to side to suit you. It's moving all your energies. And then come to gradually slow your movement down and then come to the center. Bring your feet hip width apart, lift and roll your shoulders. This movement you can do, of course, bending your knees. May come to whatever suits you, and you can use your hands to support you. So inhaling, raising your hands up, looking up, only if this is good for you, and breathing out, bending your knees as much as you need to either touch your hands to the ground or touch your hands against your legs if that helps. Breathing in as you press your feet into the ground, looking up or straight ahead, and breathing out, bending your knees. These are called miracle bends. They strengthen your auric field, your magnetic field, which is your auric field. And carrying on and breathing out. So this simple movement has far more benefits than you might initially think. It's opening the front of your body as you stretch up and the back of your body as you bend down. In the Kundalini tradition, you'd be doing this a lot faster. That might just be a little bit too much. The key is to bend your knees. You can keep a bend in your elbows as well if you want to. It's opening up as little or as much as you would like. And then finish your bend and come back to standing. Lift and roll your shoulders once more. And then join your thumbs together and come to just gently swaying from side to side. Press your feet down as you come to the center and stretch up, and breathe out as you come to one side. Press your feet down and breathe in as you come up, and breathing out, come to the other side. So you're slowing movement down to coordinate with your breath. Start to breathe as you make the movement, and then finish your movement to finish your breath. But just go with your natural flow. Inhaling as you press your feet down, stretch up, and breathing out. And then come to the center. Lower your hands and just take a couple of breaths with your hands at the heart. This sets your pose, it sets your diaphragm. You press your feet into the ground. You're opening your lungs with the elbows open. And it is really a form of perfect alignment. Breathing in and breathing out. So this next pose, again, you can bend your knees, of course, but you don't have to come right down. You can come down as little or as much as you like. So just clasp your hands and your index fingers are pointing up. Women tend to have their left thumb over the right, but equally you might find your right thumb goes over the left, whichever works for you. Raising your hands up and breathing out, really bend your knees as you come to touch your index fingers to the side of your left foot. But you don't have to go as far. Breathing in as you come up, and breathing out as you come over to the right side, or whichever side you've chosen. Bending the knees, but you don't have to bend right down. Inhaling, coming up, bending your knees. And on the other side. It encourages a deeper breath. It's a lateral stretch. Increases your lung capacity as your intercostal muscles are stretched. And then make the next movement your last movement. Coming up and lower your hands. So we've moved our energy, and in this system we now purify that energy. And this is a very typical Kundalini breathwork movement. So come to have your arms up at 30 degrees and your thumbs out. And you're almost sniffing the air in and out through your nose. So sniffing in, breathing out. We do breathe in through the nose, but if that's difficult, you can do your mouth, but normally you use your nose. This strengthens the heart. It strengthens the magnetic field, and hence your aura. Last one. Breathing out. Breathing in. Bring your thumbs together, even hook them, and hold the breath. And then breathing out, lower your arms back down by your side. And lift and roll your shoulders. So we're coming to the neck now. Just turning the head gently to one side. Coming back to the center. And then breathing out, turning very gently to the other side. Come to the center and repeat on each side, turning the head. Bringing the head back to center. And turning the head in the other direction. And bringing the head back to center. And imagining now your nose as a pencil. Begin to make a horizontal figure of 8 with your nose. Breathing in as you lift your nose and your head up slightly. And breathing out as you trace your circle, your feet down. Breathing in as the head comes up. And breathing out. So this movement is balancing, apart from using your neck muscles, it's balancing the left and the right brain hemispheres. And again, we're looking at the thyroid and parathyroid glands, which are part of your metabolic control. And the head, if not stating the obvious, is the link. The neck is the link between the head and the body, physically, but emotionally, it balances our emotions. So our heads can sometimes be out of sync with our body. And so the neck is the bridge between not just the physical aspect of our body, but the emotional aspect as well. So we're going some way to balancing this. And then gently come back with your head to the center. Just take a moment to breathe in and out, just again balancing that. And then come to step out. I don't mind which foot, but come to step out. One foot is in front of the other. So I'm going to use my right foot as slightly in front and turning to the side. My back left foot is almost at a 45-degree angle. And this strengthens across the chest. So this can brilliant for you, Patsy. It's almost the lungs and the chest muscles. Imagine your fingers are curled, your thumbs are up. You're pulling a bow. Your elbows up behind you. You can perhaps just see my elbows up. And then turn to look at your front thumb. And take a couple of breaths here. Just feel the stretch across your chest. It's a strengthening pose. It's not a warrior, but there is a variation of a warrior here. And then breathing out, lower your hands and just lift and roll your shoulders. Bring your feet parallel and then turn the other way. So now my left foot is out, my right foot is in. And again, curl your fingers in and the thumbs are up. And pull your bow. So my right elbow is going back. If that's stiff, you can drop your elbow a little bit. Soften your front knee and look beyond the thumb of your left hand. It's a very grounding. Literally reminded me that it's Earth Day tomorrow, so it's quite a grounding pose. But you're lifting your diaphragm, so it's again uplifting, it's strengthening. And take a couple of breaths. And then just release. Step back with your feet and lift and roll your shoulders. And again, once more, just lift and roll your shoulders. Place your hands on your waist and come to step your feet a little bit further apart. So this is for the liver. And it tones it or tunes it into the belly dancing movement. So you're swirling your hips, bending your knees, almost swirling your hula hoop around, lifting up and swirling. So to get the liver benefit, you really stand up as you stretch, as you stand up and then just swirl around. We're going to go one way and then the other. it's not just the liver, it has a movement in it for other internal organs as well, abdominal organs. And then gently reverse your circle, see which side you prefer. The key is to keep your knees, bend them as you breathe out, and straighten them a little bit as you breathe in, but only within your capacity. And with your hands on your waist, you're opening your lung space as well. And come to center and drop your hands. Bring your feet together, and again, once more, lift and roll your shoulders. This next exercise almost needs no introduction. The movement of the feet creates a vibration, so again, it's energizing the whole body, and it's almost like power walking. So you're lifting your feet and your hands. It's a coordination. You can feel the energy moving through your feet. How vigorously you want to do your arms is up to you, but it's, again, has all benefits of power walking. It starts to boost your circulation, depending on how long you do it for. And then gently decrease your movement and come to standstill and lift and roll your shoulders. So this next exercise is brilliant for raising the energy. The whole essence of Kundalini Yoga is raising the energy from the base of the spine, curling like a snake going upwards. However, this is absolutely exhausting. So you might want to just modify this or laugh at me as I do this. So you bend your knees as much as you need to. You should be going right down in the squat, but as much as you need to. So you breathe in as you come up like a jack in the box and look down, and breathe out as you come down. Your feet stay in the same position. Breathe in as you come up. You can keep your hands on the ground. Breathe out as you come down. Breathe in as you come up, look down, hands on the ground. Breathe out, bend down. If this is too much for your knees, then just do a halfway movement where you're just making a token movement. And then just to kill you even more, you do this faster. So it's in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And you do it for 7 or 11 times, at the end of which you should be fairly exhausted, or not if you haven't done it. So when you feel that you've come to having had enough, and you might be quite exhausted, just come to squat and then come to sitting for a moment or two in a cross-legged position, just letting your body absorb the energy that you've expended. And you sit here with your hands just simply resting on your knees or on your lap. And as you breathe in, just close your eyes if that's good for you. And imagine breathing in sat and then breathing out numb. Breathing in sat and breathing out numb, N-A-M. Just carry on mentally taking a few breaths. Sat Nam is translated in many ways, but speaking your truth. And this session is about being true to ourselves. And the aim is just to settle the energy, let the heart rate come back to normal. Let the body absorb everything you've done. Let the body come back to normal. And now this next part we come to are called the kriyas, and the cleansing actions. So everything about Kundalini is interesting for me, because I would have always put kriyas at the beginning of the practice, but they have them in the middle of the practice like this. So a kriya is a cleansing action, and this particular one that we start with is setting good habits. They say the fact of lifting your head up just dissolves habits and just releases you from any patterns that you might have developed. So it's a chance to set down new patterns and new pathways. So coming to standing however you want, coming onto the knees perhaps, tucking the feet, and then just taking your time to roll up vertebra by vertebra, rolling up to standing, lifting and rolling the shoulders. And again, just clasping your hands with your index finger, pointing up. I think that's called the Venus. So index finger up, clasping your hands, clasping, and then breathing in, extending your hands, breathing out, coming back, lowering your chin to your chest. Breathing in, looking to the end of your second fingers, breathing out, lowering your head. Breathing in, breathing out. If your arms get tired, just turn them so much, and perhaps reduce the angle. Breathing in. Breathing out as you bring your chin to your chest, you're extending the back of your neck. So you are allowing blood to flow into the head more easily. And the chin coming to the chest has an effect on the vagus nerve, which is very much implicated in quelling our inflammation. In this particular instance, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We're not going to do this for a full length of time. It's something like a very odd number, something like 29 times. And if you did it 49 times, it would be even better, but your arms really will get very tired. Breathing in and breathing out. It almost becomes like a mantra, although you're not chanting. It becomes almost automatic. Breathing in, breathing out, and then we'll make this the last one. Breathing in and breathing out, and then just release the hands. Just circle your hands one way with your wrists, and then circle your wrists the other way, and then bring hands out and in and out and in. Hands at the heart center, and then we're coming back down to the mat. This next one, you can either sit in a cross-legged position, or you can kneel up, which I quite like. So choose what you'd like to do, as long as that's okay for your knees, or you can have support under your knees. And as you kneel up, have your knees comfortably apart and sit like Nikki, cross-legged. Your arms are out to the side. And breathing in, you can bend at the elbows. Breathing in, turn to the left. Breathing out to the right as you turn your head to the right. Breathing in to the left. Breathing out to the right. Breathing in to the left. Breathing out to the right. Breathing into the left. Breathing out to the right. In and out. And just follow your own breath pattern for a few more times. Come to the center and then just lower your arms. Lift and roll your shoulders. And come just for a few breaths once more to relax. However you want to sit, however is good for you. Your hands can be down, they can be up, they can be in your lap. Just neutralizing the breath. Before we move on to the next exercise, which is tension releasing, and again it works on the head, the shoulders, the neck. You can't really separate everything. So keeping your hands where they are, just lift one shoulder. It doesn't matter which one. Lift the shoulder up towards the ear and breathing out, just let it drop, shrug the shoulder down. Lift up to the other side, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Really let it drop either side. You can almost feel yourself shrugging out the tension. And then lift both shoulders and consciously just drop both shoulders. And again, just take an in and an out breath to let that settle. And now, again, you can either stay seated or you can come to kneel again, kneel up, whichever you prefer. I like to come to kneel up. I place my hands out in front of me. They can be bent at the elbows if that's too much. And if you remember, we did the breath of fire, so I'm going to just curl my fingers in, have my thumbs extending, and I'm sniffing the air in and out through the nose. So it's last one. And then come to a seated position if you're not already in a seated position. And the next exercise repeats the same breath. But classically, you will do this. I find this quite hard to lift and roll my shoulders, clasp my hands behind my back, and do the same breath. If that's too much for you to do that with your hands behind, just put your hands on the ground and do the breath. And last one. And then come to your cross-legged position. Hands in Uddiyana Mudra, so your thumb and index finger together, they can either be up, which is gesture of consciousness, or down, gesture of knowledge, and it doesn't matter which, whichever you feel most comfortable. So just sitting here, as you breathe in, once more, turn your head to the left, breathing out, turn your head to the right. Breathing in, turn your head to the left. Breathing out, turn your head to the right. Breathing in, left. Breathing out right. And just carry on a couple more times in your own breath. Always breathing into the left and out to the right. And then come back to the center. Place your hands either side of you to allow your feet to stretch out. And then just bounce your knees. And then just extend your heels and point your toes a couple of times. And then circle your ankles in one direction. And then circle your ankles in the other direction. And then stretch your toes. The base of the toes connects the lung root meridian in reflexology. Just release and relax your toes. You can curl them in as long as you don't get cramped. Stretch your toes and then just either release or curl in. And one more time. And now paying attention to your hands, just slide your hands back. They can be fingers pointing forward, but in fact also you can just turn your hands to the side or back. The aim here is to lift your chest. So you're lifting your chest, you're lifting your chin as long as that's work for your neck, and you're either looking up or closing your eyes and looking up, and just taking a couple of breaths here. Lifting the chest and lifting the diaphragm is stretching and strengthening your heart, but in a very safe way. But it's also uplifting for your mood on this lovely sunny day. It's giving space for your diaphragm really to operate, stop being squashed, space for your internal organs. And the eyes are just slightly, if you're lifting your chin, disconnecting within our heads from our stress centers of our brain. So it's hard to hold tension in this particular pose. How much you lift your chin is up to you. And then gradually bring your head upright, release your hands, and come once more to, I would say it's better to come to a kneeling up position if this point. If not, then come to cross-legged. And once more, come back to this Venus hold where you are interlocking your fingers. Your your index fingers are upright, and whichever thumb crosses over naturally for you. So your index fingers are up, your fingers are crossing over, you're clasping your hands, and you cross the thumb over. So again, raising your hands above your head. Inhaling, exhaling. Just get your own rhythm. I'm inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, coming back. You're going slightly over the crown of the head. So apart from stretching your thighs out, you are again just cleansing your aura. It's quite a psychological movement. You might want to reverse your breath, but whichever works for you. There's a natural rhythm, just slightly bringing the hands forward and slightly bringing the hands back. You can have your hands straight, or you can have them slightly bent to make it easier on the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. It's almost like a rocking sensation. Stretching out almost lower back, but obviously not going too far back. It's just a gentle movement. And make the next one the last. It can be quite tight in the shoulders. Just release your arms back down again. Come once more to a cross-legged position. And in this particular series, we revisit the sa, ta, na, ma again. So have your hands however you would like them, either upwards or downwards, resting in your lap. I like mine downwards. So just a few. Sa, chin slightly up, ta, chin down. Sa, ta, na, to the left slightly, and ma to the right slightly. From your own rhythm. You can say it out loud or internally. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, na. And just come to take a couple of breaths, sitting still, just once more letting the energy that we created fall back into the body. And then gently bring your hands to your heart. Take a bow for yourself and have a lovely day ahead. Today's session was truth, speaking our truth. Namaste, and thank you very much.